Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is now just 123 days away from its official release by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film is going to contain many different revelations that will lead to saga-wide implications in this story, not just by Abrams and of course Terrio, but also creator George Lucas, in order to create a very authentic Star Wars movie. And on top of all of this, we do know that the return of Palpatine really is going to be the glue of this movie. It really is the driving force for the hype of this movie for fans around the world. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very intense between Palpatine, Kylo, and Rey. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that shot descriptions consisting of a scene based in the third act of the film, where it's explained that both Kylo Ren and the Dark Acolyte are fighting in a lightsaber duel, as Rey begins to join the fight to defend Kylo Ren. This is the moment in which it's explained that the spirit of Sidious exits the Acolyte's body by surprise, where it's said to enter Kylo's body. This is said to be the moment in which Kylo begins to fight Rey while being under control of Palpatine's Sith spirit, that is described to rapidly age Kylo Ren in the moment where his eyes even become Sith yellow eyes. One of the sequences is said to even involve a moment in which Kylo Ren is using Force lightning against Rey, where she is able to block it with her lightsaber blade. However, it's said that during this sequence, the Force lightning is said to be red, as opposed to the iconic blue color, due to the dark energy of Palpatine's Sith spirit taking over his body that was also flowing through the dark side. The sequence is said to involve a moment in which Rey screams and shouts dialogue to Kylo Ren about his family, and everything related to the shred of light that he once had before Palpatine's possession. Now, it's said that one of the sequences even involves a moment in which Kylo Ren fights Rey with both his crossguard and Palpatine's single-bladed lightsaber, where Rey is said to struggle during the fight. One of the scenes even involves a moment in which Kylo is described to somewhat exit out of the phase where he regains some control of his body. So let's go over a couple of parts about this and why this really seems like a very intense battle, not just between Rey and Kylo, but also technically Palpatine himself. So the Sith spirit of Sidious is said to be a major role in Episode 9, not just for the Dark Acolyte, but also for Kylo Ren in The Rise of Skywalker, delivering a quite horrific battle between both Rey and of course Kylo Ren. Now, this particular moment is said to give us a different type of Force lightning, a different color of Force lightning that we have never seen before in a Star Wars movie, and that is of course red Force lightning. Now, we actually saw this in Star Wars Legends, also known as the EU, and now that's actually being cherry-picked from Disney and being put into Episode 9. Now, does this necessarily mean that the Force lightning is any powerful than the regular blue lightning? We're not quite sure about that. But this is all due in part to the Sith spirit of Sidious taking over a already dark side-oriented body, that of course being Kylo Ren, causing the red lightning. Now, what I like so much about this is that it really makes the whole entire scene seem a little bit more, I guess you could say, dramatic when you add the red Force lightning hitting Rey's lightsaber, where she's blocking it and is able to block that attack by Kylo Ren and his Sith spirit possession. Now, what I like so much about this as well is that there's a moment in which Kylo Ren uses two lightsaber blades against Rey, a moment in which he's using his iconic crossguard, where in his other hand he's holding Palpatine's new lightsaber, fighting against Rey, where Rey is actually said to have a big struggle during this battle against Kylo Ren. So, the thing here is this: we do know that this movie is going to have darker elements than that of Revenge of the Sith. And I don't know about you guys, but this pretty much tops the list, right up there with Anakin burning on Mustafar, where the Sith spirit of Palpatine is aging Kylo Ren rapidly, where his eyes become yellow. It's almost like a parallel, almost to a certain extent, of what happened to Anakin Skywalker on Mustafar, and of course him fighting Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's very familiar, very similar, right? So the fact that JJ is trying to create all these different parallels and what they're really trying to do with this movie in order to truly give fans a very dark Star Wars film, especially in the third act of this movie, The fact that they are trying to bring back Palpatine in such an iconic and dramatic way, and being portrayed by Ian McDiarmid once more, and demonstrating these new types of Force powers that fans have never seen, I think that this is definitely the driving force of the hype of this movie, and exactly why a lot of fans are very excited about The Rise of Skywalker is, of course, Palpatine, his return, and exactly how it's all going to be utilized by JJ, Chris, and George Lucas. And the last thing I just want to go over is that this is all said to take place near the Death Star 2 wreckage, where Rey is also said to really go through a series of tests where she has to try and bring back Kylo Ren back to that moment in which he was still catered to the dark side but had a shred of light within him. So anyways guys, drop a comment below, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon.